earlier. Let's see, get this down where it needs to go. There we go. And we are going to be designing some merch. Now, you may be asking yourself, what merch? Well, if you type in merch in chat, the bot will be kind enough to link you to the actual merch store that we have, where we have hoodies, zip up, we even have crop top hoodies. We also have soon, I believe we're getting hats, beanies with embroidered patches, I'm pretty sure we're getting. We've got everything in there from nice, big XL high-quality mouse pads, all that kind of stuff. But I want to get some more designs going, and this is one that we decided in chat that we wanted to do. I doodled it in like 30 seconds. We're going to do Coco holding a Miko cat. I think it's adorable. That's the one I think that we're going to do now, but I got a few designs I want to get down. And I'll let you guys make your suggestions as well, because this whole thing is about... it's about us going and doing it together. So you are going to hear the Final Fantasy in the background. Yeah, there we go. Let me see if I can get my mouse where it belongs. Hello? Down here? Oh, there it is. Shit, I got a cursor. Nice. All right, so let's go in and do a new one here. So if you guys have merch ideas, merch designs, things that you would want. 1080, I think we're going to do 4K by 4K is really how we should do this if we want it to be a nice high-quality print. 300 DPI based in color, paper color none, so it's transparent. Good, okay. I thought I had one down here. No, I have one for emote. Really, I should save this as a preset for merch. The 4K by 4K is pretty standard. Resolution, paper color, template. Yeah, there we go. Okay, go ahead and save that. We're good. Okay, so we got a 4K by 4K square here that we're going to use to make our design. Now, it doesn't actually have to be a square. It's just that generally we know this is going to be the real estate that we're placing things into. Sometimes the area that we put it on to the print area is going to be a 16 by 9. We could do a 1080p image if you wanted, but a 4K by 4K square tends to get me what I need better. So we're going to go through a little bit of my process, which is not ideal, and it is what I have. It's what I got, so that's what we're using. Let's see how the thickness is of this guy. It's pretty good. It's a nice thin if we didn't want thick lines, I think, for the cartoony style. We want something a little thicker. That's good. We are just going to be sketching here, so we're not really concerned with it being clean. 69 by 69, you think? I kind of want to get a... Oh, Jesus. Kind of picture-in-picture. If I could claim... If I could add this guy real quick. If I could get just a... There we go. If we just get these guys on screen, because we're just hanging out in the Final Fantasy queue right now. We don't need to actually be in the art stream. We really are. Just waiting on Final Fantasy, so we can stick this guy down here. Maybe even just over me. That'd be good. Just put it there. That'd be fun. All right, and then, so you'll be able to see our position in queue there. Good deal. While we're going, you'll be able to let me know if something fucks up, too. There's really nothing behind the camera that you need to see. Okay, so we've got this. That's good. So a couple of things with Sketch. So we've got our composition that we want to look at here. And if I were to look at that image, you want to... Oh, geez, not much to see there. If you look at the proportion, like the width to the height? The width to the height. It's a 2-to-1, maybe? So like the width from the cat's foot all the way to the Coco's tails, maybe there, and then Coco's this tall. You know, so that's kind of our thing there. We'd put his head here. We'd get the cat head right in front of him. Coco himself doesn't really have shoulders. His arms just come out like this, and because he's hugging the cat like this, we do want there to be a little bit of a bend that goes like this. That's the idea. He's got long sleeves, so we're not actually drawing his arms. It makes it a lot easier to draw. And then by extension, his other arm's probably coming out right there, and then it goes like this. So his two hands are probably wrapped over each other as he's trying to hold the cat. Cat is here. Cat is not happy. Cat is not happy. And then we're gonna have him where arms are just kind of up and hanging, because if you got the cat, if you've ever held a cat or an animal and you hold them like right under the upper part of their arm, their arm just kind of sticks out like Frankenstein. They get stuck like that. This is kind of our thing there, and we want to get the cat's body where it's kind of curled. Tail comes down. I can't decide if I want the tail down or if I want the tail to curl like this. I think that's cuter if it does that way. Cute is the answer. We also probably want to get the feeder up like this. I want to be able to get the paw pads, because if we can get those toe beans in there, I think that that's going to make the design much more successful. But if we do something like that, you know. And we're not looking for anatomically correct. We don't give a shit. It's a cartoon cat. The whole idea is that it's cute and basically nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Okay, I think that a tail like that looks good. Get this other side to be a little bit better, but we can adjust the lines later. For now, we really are just looking for composition. There we go. Snick, are you in the wrong server? What's wrong with you? Hey, Amberon. Good to see you, by the way. There we go. Crystal theme is very calming.
That was a weird crash.
Oh, did you have a crash? Oh, no. So we got cat ear here. I'm really not good at drawing cats.
Mine.
Like, we need the cat face, but the cat needs to be not amused at all. The less amused, the better. I also don't know how to draw cat heads at all. I generally don't draw animals for the most part. Looking good. 3,700. I mean, the claws are out. I feel like they should be. It's not a dog. Dog's claws are always out. But the cat, I feel like, should be trying to murder. I almost feel like the arms should be more animated. A little bit more curved. Same thing, but just like up and longer. Paw pad on the bottom, maybe. Something like that. We got a couple options, because we've got, like, to the length of this tail out here is the bound, and we want to kind of use as much of that rectangle as we can, whatever rectangle we end up with. I also think it's possible that we bring the cat up closer, just up this way further, because we're going to have Coco's face up here. It's going to be a bit like Blep, where it's just going to be like, you know, Coco could be cat face too.
Squish that cat.
That's
Squish
right.
that cat.
Because Coco's got his ears up there, and then he's good. But, like, we've got all this space right here, which feels like he would really want to bring the cat and hug it up closer. To the point that I wonder if we even have the cat doing something like that. You know, the more hunched the cat is, I think the better it's going to look for him trying to hold. So we got his neck right there, effectively. Could be good. And then we just got to give him a shirt. I think that his torso goes to about right there. Got his little tail. And then we just got to draw his legs, which is very simple. There we go. It is very easy to draw Coco, and that's kind of the point of him, is it's very simple. I mean, it's a giant cat by comparison. What? Oh, no. Okay. We're in. It's going to drop the whole client, but I should be able to get back in. Hold on. If I'm close enough, then we'll see. If it doesn't take me too long, I'll be able to get back in. All right. It booted me. I should be able to get back in, though. Hopefully, if I'm fast enough. I don't know what the time is between kick. There we go. All right, start. Connecting to data center. I'm glad it's in the same place as the queue. Please let me in, Dad. I need to become the queer icon of Famfrit. I can't do that unless you let me in. Okay. Your crystal theme is slowed down by 50%. What the hell? Oh no. There we go. Oh shit. Yeah, another 2,000. I can't even get into the queue again. That's rough. Forehead. We'll see. See if we're able to get back in, man. If not, we'll just do the art stream. We'll pop over to art. We'll see. I hope I get in though. I want to play, but like so does everybody else. I mean, it could be a week or more before I'm able to get in. And for the Did it just focus in on sexual content? Fucking welcome to the stream. It's possible that the trial players aren't able to... Oh, I'm in now. Nice. It really did just zoom in on it. Did I get kicked out? Nope. We're fine. Right back where we left off. Where's the dick, Miko? Good question. You voted for it? Listen, I'm not telling you how to get to OnlyFans. You gotta know. It's someone on the inside basically has to let you know how to get to the OnlyFans, and then you get all the dick you could ever want. There we go. Trial players get the dick. In what way, Rion? How do trial players get the dick? Please explain how trial players get the dick.
Trial players get the dick because they're not allowed to sit in the queue.
I understand that. I can understand the business perspective of not wanting to let trial players in on your queue. I can understand that. At the same time, wow. All right. So let's take a look at some of the differences between what we have in our doodle and what we have on screen. The posture of the cat is different. And a big difference is that the cat is very much more hunched forward as opposed to being tightly hugged up to Coco's head. And at the risk of potentially covering Coco's head, I think the better answer is that if we go in now with this layer and we said, okay, cat's head is like right here. If we do like that size, I think that's a good size. God help me with circles. But we have ear and then we have ear. So we still can see effectively. We can still see Coco's face behind cat's face. You know, and I think that works very well. And then, obviously, we have the hand that goes out there, which I think that's a very, very long paw at that point. You know, there needs to be a sort of resignation that this is your life now. Like, the cat needs to kind of just accept that this is life now. You know, I think that this is good. That is way too... Yeah, and then we get other paw over here. I kind of like the idea of cat butt. I think cat butt always sells well. It's one of those things that cat lovers will love. There we go. And then that's new cat body. I mean, I know the black is in there, so it's kind of hard to see the difference between the two. But this is definitely further back. The only problem with this now is that it feels like the cat is unnaturally being pulled forward at the bottom. Although it could just be cat trying to curl a little bit. But we get toe beans. We get plenty of toe beans here, which is good. Probably still get these toe beans. I think this is good, and then Coco just holding on for dear life. We make better use of this real estate. You know, if we did, where it looks like the elbow, if you will, or the shoulder blade comes over, that little lip right there, I think it will communicate that paw a little bit more effectively. Okay, and then Coco's fine where he is, man. You know, we give him his hair like this, and just a little hair, and then we put his horns a little bit more appropriately on his head. Give him a rounder ear. The rounder ear always looks better than the pointier one. Plump is the answer. Oh, here we go. The world visit queue's 30 minutes or more. Yeah, I don't blame you. The cat should almost be choking. You think so? I don't know about that. I feel like the cat should be comfortable. Maybe the cat's head position somewhere in between these two where it's kind of sunken down. Let me see. Look at my drawing again. There's something about the doodle that was magical. It's almost like she's sitting in a throne, kind of. You know, she's got that posture of sitting back. Almost looks comfortable. The paws are a lot lower in my doodle than they are in the drawing. They're kind of all the way up here. They're like this, which definitely feels more helpless. With this, the horizontal, almost downward, looks like she's reclining in this position as opposed to being held hostage, which is actually the case. So let's take a look at this. Let's go for this and see if we can make sense of it, and draw our black again and get our cat head to where we like it. I do like it here. I don't know how to make cute cat ears, man. I need to look at some cute cat drawings. The beautiful thing about cat is the less you know what you're doing, I think the better it turns out with cats. There we go. Please excuse cat ass. No. Never. All right. So the paws need to be up and then, you know, come down and then hook right there. Even then, yeah, that's about right. It's about what we have here in the drawing, and then claws are down like this. Well, this is different. We have a curvy boy here where in the drawing it really does look like it just comes up. This other one comes up in front of the face. We really don't get the bottom of the cat head in the actual doodle. This just becomes cat paw. And it just goes in like that, and then his arms come across like this, which we could raise his arm there a little bit. I definitely think that that would work. Because then you get Coco's hand like this, or maybe the other one comes in right there, and then he grabs across with this guy. His elbow needs to be further back too. The ear is going to obstruct any weird anatomical issue with his shoulder, which is why he has the ears. There we go. Hey, Cardzar. Hey, friend. Thanks for paying your sip tax. So this looks like it's pretty good. I think this is a decent base. We just want to have Coco's face high enough that, you know, we can see his face behind. You can see his face behind. Look how easy it is to draw Coco. Fucking anyone can do it.
Cat so much.
He does. It's a good smile. I mean, in the doodle he has a smile. The cat face or any other thing is going to be not as good. Let's see. We definitely want that. I'm going to give him a little more of an ass. There we go. That's kind of the inside joke. You gotta do a little bit of, you gotta do just a little bit of that hinting at the furry community that, hey, I see you. There we go. So then it kind of goes a little bit further down. The legs are further back here. It starts further back. I want it to look like the cat is not comfortably secure. Not that we're hurting the cat, but that it's clearly like if a child were to scoop up a cat that was kind of too big for it to really be able to hold and just hugged it around the chest, and the cat's just like resigned to it like this. Not in any pain, but definitely not securely held, not evenly held, you know? Not quite an it's so fluffy I'm gonna die hug you. Not quite that, you know. There we go. There we go. Fucking Lothrish. I'm excited to get to play more farming with you now that we know what to do with the poplar. And that the farm is ready to go. It's prepped. You know, everything that we were trying to do the last stream and a half on farming is ready to go now. I like this better. I definitely like where the arms are better. They're not out. He's not a zombie doing this. It's, you know, kind of just a helpless, his arms have been
my dick.
Fuck you. Do not dick the cat. There we go. Do not dick the cat. I do like the idea of cat butt. Cat ass sells well. I also like the feet pointing up. In the drawing, they're sort of pointing forward like this. We still get some toe bean action, but I think the more toe beans, the better. Toe beans are like the killer here. Just 3,000 in Q, that's not much. Good deal. The cat is clearly a top, you think so? How do you judge? How do you judge that? There we go. Yeah, I think this posture for Coco is better too. He looks like he's really stretching. He looks like he's really stretching, which is good. He's trying to get tall enough to be able to give the cat clearance. And the cat is doing everything it can to just sort of put up with it. But I like the idea of it being a black cat, because if you do the Miko cat emote, it's a dark gray cat. It's meant to be a black cat, but a very dark gray cat. And I really like the drawings where the cat's eye is just a colored ring. It's just a colored ring. It's black in the center, and then it's just usually like a neon green or yellow. But because we're only doing that, we're going to basically just have this, which is basically how we do Coco's eyes, except the cat's eyes will be black in the middle and colored on the outline, where Coco's eyes, I must call them cacao, what the fuck? Coco's eyes are solid. You never know what he's looking at, but it doesn't matter, you know? It's irrelevant. And then we just have cat. I don't know how to draw a cat head in a way that's cute, you know? You really can't go wrong, though, right? Like, but there's a difference between you can't go wrong and it's okay to, oh my god, that's the cutest fucking cat I've ever seen, because that's what we want. And how do I make a pouty cat? He's so grumpy. He doesn't need to look angry, though. He just needs to be like, he's over it, you know? I need to not draw that, too. I need to do this. I need to do a proper, like, W. Oh, I think, yeah, that's pretty successful. I think that mouth is pretty good. There we go. Yeah, the undershadow in his eyes makes him look like he hasn't slept in days, which might be the case. You never know. Where did he get this cat? Where did he get the cat? I do think the tail's very successful. And the drawing, it really only goes to, like, right there. That's not bad, though. But I do like the long tail. Almost gets monkey-like in that case, though, right? Almost looks like it's a little bit too prehensile. Who knows? There is a little bump there for the thigh, and then we get toe beans. We're blessed by toe beans. And then I think it goes straight into cat ass. And then I think we get some tail. Which I think is good. I think that's successful. And then if we do the other thigh that's right here, it cuts over the other one to get rid of that potential tangent line. And then this one could just go in right there, and then we just have a little cat ass right there. That's great. I love that. All right. And then toe beans. So much room for toe beans. Yeah, we just let this come up the back, and I think that's good. Yeah, I think that will work. It's possible that we bring this leg up, and it's, you know, right there. Could even have a bit of an overlap line there. I don't know. I just feel like if we do that, then this leg's going to look really out of place. But I think this is good. I think we get plenty of toe beans. Cat looks properly stretched. That's a cat? Okay, good. Angry, sassy? I think so. It's almost like the cat's in on it, you know? Whatever's going on here, the cat's in on it. Okay, so we've got a decent sketch now rendered from the earlier options. We've got to decide what we want to do with the arm here, though. Which I think is easy as doing this. So really, I think that angle right there is very important to establishing what's going on here. Because then we just do Coco's arm behind it. And we really could do that, but we risk having a random little weirdo tangent line. If we do hard erase, it needs to be larger. Give me a bigger, thicker boy. There we go. If we get rid of this. This isn't our final line work either, it's just a sketch. It's sort of a more refined sketch than the doodle that we originally did. This is where we're going to kind of decide where things go. And then we're going to come back and trace over it really nicely. This is also where we need to figure out exactly how cat head is shaped. Which is not this. This is not it. It's a circle where we draw some ears on, but that's not the answer. That is not cute. Which defeats the purpose. It needs to be so fucking cute that you can't stand it. That's the idea. We need to make people just go, what the fuck is that shirt? I need it. You know? That's the idea. Is that some claw? Hell yeah, dude. Cat claw action. I like the face for the cat. We just gotta get the head figured out, you know? Okay. I feel like the face is then not centered on the head if we're gonna do it that way, but it's possible that we do like this. I don't know. Let me look at some doodles of cat. Literally Google cat doodle. Cat doodles and see what we do. I just want the cutest fucking cats I can see. Not cad. Cat. Cat doodles. The ears end up coming together pretty quickly. There is a rounded top of the head. It depends on how we want to draw it. I think this is a great example. I'm not going to show you, but it's there. It really is kind of how we do Coco, except it's ears instead of horns. But it's kind of like this. There's the longer this portion. They go out further. And then they come down. And then it's chubby cheek time. I think the proportion of the ear to the rest of the head is important here. That's how we get cat. It is that simple. Top of head more straight. It could be. This one is pretty straight. Yeah, flatter chin, wider cheek, I think is the answer. That's cat. There we go. 14 says get food. Hey, we're under 3K now. So let's take this design and apply it here and see if we can get proper cat face, cat head even. We're probably gonna have to just do another doodle layer on top of this, which is fine. We'll keep the parts we like and destroy everything else. There we go. So let's decide on how we want to do this. I know that I probably want the head to be about right there. I know that I want big long ear here. Big ear is good. I think that cheek is good. Cheek is important. Uh-oh. Disconnected. Let's get back in. Take a second. Take care of the queue. See if we get through it. Now, if I finish this whole merch design and we're not through the queue, I'm out of here. We'll see. Depends. There we go. I like the idea of big ear, but I think this ear is already going to be unsuccessful. I do think that the size of the head is more appropriate, though. We may need to bring the ears down a little bit. Why is it not doing pressure? Come on now. Has something broken in the process of trying to do this? Now my pin pressure doesn't work. There it is. Okay. Oh, it just doesn't. It does until I want to use it over here. Nope, it does now. Okay, it works sometimes, y'all. Yeah, bringing that down, I think, is successful. We should be able to pop back into where we were, which is like 2,900. It should be fine. That's assuming we're able to connect to the data center and all that, which, you know, we'll see. It's worth it. I know that once we get in, we're going to be fine as long as you don't get kicked out of the game. We'll be able to get episode 1 down, which would be nice. All right, perfect. I don't think it's going to get us in. Usually we either get in like immediately or not at all. It's going to 2002 us for sure. Yep, there we go. Okay, let's try again. I'll say either we finish the merch design and we're not in yet, we cancel, or we lose our position in queue, we cancel. I'm faster this time around than I was last time, though. Last time I got kicked out. Sexual themes. Come on, y'all. I just want to chill out with some MMO bunny boys, man. I think I need to just completely... I need to not get stuck on the face being there. I don't need to build the head around the face. I think that's my issue. I need to build the head where it makes sense how he's being held, and then we need to put the face on it, probably just by adjusting the existing one. Well, let's try it again. But this is the same thing we were dealing with New World, but once you got into the queue with New World, for the most part, you were in it. It just took you 3.5 hours to get through. With this, God knows how long it's going to take us to get through a 2,000 queue. But I don't feel like it's going to take that long, though. I feel like it's going to take another 30 minutes, maybe? Maybe a little more than that. Queue's not bad. We'll get used to hearing that. This poor Moon goes right into spot every time, nails it, and then we have to go back again. All right, come on now. Let's see what we got. All right, we didn't lose our place. All right, good deal. It's pretty forgiving. That's nice. That's pretty forgiving. I feel like that took me maybe 5 minutes to get back in, and it gave me my place back. That is really nice. Okay, it's weird that it knocks me out, but here we are. Let's go ahead and erase. I think that we just erase everything on this layer. I think that we just get rid of it. And then we build the... Honestly, we could even just... What are the chances? Hold on. What are the chances that we just take this? Okay. Into its own layer. Transform it. transform it where I want to do, let's see, the scale, keep aspect ratio is -100. Meaning we flip it. What's this? You know, and then, because it looks like it's about the same size. I mean, the other face almost perfectly fits over it, too. We've just got to get it where... I definitely like it where it's closer up onto Coco's head. I don't mind making cat head bigger a little bit, but I also think that if we go too big, it's going to look cartoonish or too cartoonish. But a good big cat head right there looks like it could work out. Let's try that. All right, deselect. Let's get this guy, and let's go in and let's erase the other cat head under it and just see what we're working with here. There we go. Q's looking good still. We are still alive. It's okay. I mean, it's not as cute, but the cat head is working a little bit better than the other one was, that's for sure. This is the one that we want to draw in, though. Let's get our black and see if we can make this work. Because it is 2/3. This is more of a straight on. We really do want a 2/3 view, which is going to definitely be... I think I just need to get rid of the face. The face is going to... Because usually what I'll do with the characters, I'll draw the face first. Because I need to get those dimensions down, and then I build the structure of the rest of the head around it. Hey, Emil. You're back for the most important art stream. Yes, you are. That's right. There we go. Let's take a look at how we... See, I like this. I feel like we just need to make it a proper 2/3 view. Is it not doing pressure? It is. I'm just pushing hard. You know, we could go all the way into Chubby Cat if we really wanted to. It also doesn't need to be a proper point. I really think that having sort of a rounded head is good. You know, that could work. It's a Chubby Cat head. And then really, whenever I do an eye line like this, we want to get the eye line where we want it to be, which is, I think, going to be like, that is good. And then we draw the eye, as it would be. And then we could just go in and erase the sections that are above that and erase the section in between. And it means that the tops of these eyes, which is very important, the tops of the eyes are now going to be in line with each other, which is very important. There we go. You hugged your cat like this when you got home? Nice. Did the cat also look like this? You know what? I think that works. I think that's a good enough sort of grimace kind of thing going on. I think that's a good face right there. I think the cat ear is better off doing this than trying to do something like that. Because you need to do something like that, I think, in the end. That's how you can draw a cat ear. He bit you on the chin? I mean, that sounds like a cat thing to do, honestly. Because then we could just bring this arm right up there, and I really, the pudgier the shoulders are, the better. Because then we can do that. Because we can always just fill in with more of Coco's hands. Yeah, I mean, I think that's much better. I still don't necessarily like it. I think that if we brought this in, we'd be probably better off. You know, maybe something like this. It's going to be hard to tell, to be honest with you. It's going to be hard to tell. I do not draw animals well. Whenever I do, it's a fucking fluke. So I'm trying to catch a fluke here. That's what I'm saying. I may need some direction here from other people who know better what makes a cat cute, because this thing is a fucking goblin. This isn't cute at all. There's nothing cute about this fucking thing. Right? The body's cute, but like the face, ooh. The face has some problems. I just don't understand cats. The other thing I've seen is that cat head is like this. You know, that works. And it's a couple 6s. It is 100% cat? Okay. The problem is I've given it a proper fucking chin here, you know? Fucking rugged. This thing is gonna file your fucking taxes. It's gonna file your... You think bigger eyes? Oh, I agree. I think definitely bigger eyes. Look at them big old eyes. Let's get these in there. I mean, this is like dumbass cat mode is what this is. Stop looking at me with them big old eyes. Yeah, we've started noses. Jesus. How quickly it changes things. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's give him dimples. Now that's a face. That's a Hollywood look right there. He is beautiful. Oh, I agree. It's getting worse. Oh, Jesus. God, who does that look like? You know, this looks like if Joe Pesci became a cat. This is, yeah. Jesus. Yoink, we did it. Perfect. All right, well, let's un-Joe Pesci this fucking cat there. Let's also un-cat ass. There we go. Eliminate cat ass. Let's go ahead and redo the face. Let's figure out the proportionality of the face that we want. Usually we do that by blocking it in. We say how much of the face is going to go to, or how much of the head is going to go to real estate. We block. Fuck my hip. Don't fuck my hip. Ow. I'm getting like a hip joint cramp because I haven't flipped my pretzel in a while. Ah. Nice. We could do it like that. It's basically a Teletubby thing right there. And what we've got right here is just Final Fantasy, and it's the cube 69,000. That's really what this is. The final boss is the fucking Final Fantasy cube. This is the proper cat face, honestly. I think that's fine. That's a good cat face. All we've got to do... Like, we've got to get the head figured out, right? The head's got to be figured out first, and this head is absolutely not fucking figured out. I do like this ear. I like where it is. I like the top of the head. I like where it is. I like this other ear. The problem I have is with the bottom of the face. This is the issue I have. I like the idea of the sort of more angular, so it's not rounded, but we do something like this. That could be good. It's possible the cat's in on it. It's possible the cat's in on it. It looks like they're both up to some shit, you know? Yeah, the idea is to have the cat look like it's slipping out, you know? He doesn't have a secure hold on cat. Yeah, but at the same time, I need to get, like, turn a little bit to get the angle I want. We're meant to, we have that flat top where we take off that top part of the circle there, then if we don't drop it low enough, it ends up looking like it's just tired or stern, or, you know, the level of that cutoff determines a lot. And if you do something like that, it ends up looking a lot more. Shh. This cat looks horny. What the hell? This cat's definitely in on it. This cat's definitely in on it. This cat knows way too much. This cat knows way too much. Let's increase the size of the face here. I think that helps. I think definitely lowering it a little bit helps too. placing the head properly, I think, is a big part of this. There we go. But the thing here with the reason it looks smug is that we've got a smile there, you know. But if we did, you know, that's as best I think a cat mouth is ever going to get to a grimace. Do we draw cat noses? Is that a thing that we do? Does that make them cute? Because I kind of like the idea of just having 2 features and that's it. Otherwise, just a black ball. Yeah, I think this is good. And then paw pad there. Yeah, I think that's a successful paw right there. We'll get toe beans on the foot, but here, you know, I think we're getting really, really close to what we want. I wonder if we pull this whole side in. I wonder if we pull that in a little bit, make the head a little bit taller. I think that could be successful. Let's try it. Why not? If it goes wrong, we blame a mill and try again. It's the proportion that matters more than anything else, really. And this is fine because we're going to erase whatever's behind the head anyway, like, or behind the paw there. That it matter as much, because then we can do sort of a... Oh, you getting that shoulder. I think that shoulder is very important here. I think that's very important. That shoulder right there makes it look like being held in a way that is not exactly what the cat wants. You know, we could also bring it up like that and get it more of a slouch, which I think is, oh yeah. You see how that instantly transforms it? Let me get cat arms there. There we go. Yeah, Cabal, dude, 1,000+ people in queue. People will put up with it if they want to play the game, that's for sure. It's a testament to how good the game is, or at least how excited people are about it, yeah? I think this is good. I think getting the cat's shoulders up is definitely more successful. We still have plenty of Coco shown here. I think we could honestly probably even pull the whole cat further into the right as a result of this, which I think is better. Because I like the proportionality of the paws. I like the head where it is. I like all this. We just don't want to grab his sleeve right there. But if we pull all this further to the right there and get it like properly hugged up against him, we just want to avoid a tangent line with the ear and the cat's ear, the 2 ears. So probably a little bit further to the left, but not much. Or we have Coco's ears start up here or something, so we have a proper alleyway between them for the design to be clean. Hello? What? Why the line? Whatever, that's fine. Okay. So I like that better. I don't mind Coco's arm coming in at all either. It does give me an opportunity, or perhaps a necessity, for us to bring this line back as well. But then it also seems to suggest that everything should go further to the right with the cat. We get to a point where we should be... Let me just see what this looks like if we were to draw all of this over. It's not much. It doesn't need to be pulled much. My only issue is that I would want to make sure that I was maximizing the real estate over here on the right. The tail would need to come back in to be in line with the feet, and maybe this paw needs to be pulled over a little bit to make sure that everything is vertically aligned there. That gives us the maximum space, man. You're drinking eggnog in... Eggnog coffee? What? Eggnog coffee in your Coco mug. Well, I hope it's good to you. I've heard good things from the people that have them. I have one too. I never drink coffee out of a cup. If I always do, it's either a big glass or a thermos or something. There we go. I definitely think we've reached a successful face that we don't need to go back and edit it again. For now, if we can go on to the next sketch layer from that point, I definitely think moving that over is better. Oh, we got kicked again. 2,000 in queue, though, I really don't think it's going to take us that long. Maybe another 30, 45 minutes of waiting, but that's plenty of time for us to work on this design. So it works out pretty well, I think. I do want to get cat ass in there though. I think that that's very important. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it's going to be a black cat. It will contrast well with the Coco fur being white, I think. Maybe it will suck. Who knows? We'll get there when we get there. Always looking for feedback from chat, too. That's part of why we stream these, is that you guys are able to get in there and say, hey, I know what would make this even better, and then give it to me. And then we do it, and it's amazing. Yeah, that line's going to be good. We want that continuity between... Really, I even think that Coco's shoulder could go up here since we pulled everything to the right. Really, it could be right up against his arm, and that would look really good. Yeah, I like that. We just have to bring this elbow up a bit, which is fine. That works. And then we got Coco's hand here, which is going to be gripping. The other hand that comes through under here. I think that'll work. It's got a nice little grip on that cat. Here we go. More suck fuck? Oh, you're right, dude. Still blows my mind that that became a thing. I'm gonna get kicked out of here for sure. We're gonna have to go in and try again. Oh no. It is what it is. Man, I can't wait to be the queer icon of Famfrit. Put on some... I love that it lined up that the classes I want to play are also very good for the role play I want to do too, which is nice. Vagrant Dancer. Just bumbling around from city to city, got no real purpose for doing anything, just kind of living, you know, trying to make ends meet by dancing and playing music wherever he goes, and then suddenly plot happens. By the way, we are the chosen one. Curious how that's going to happen. We're going to start, like, we are the bard and dancer before we have the classes. We just don't know how to turn them into combat classes, you know? Those are not combat skills. Those are economic skills, you know? All right, let's see. Good deal. Yeah, it's going to kick us again. We'll keep trying. I mean, I really only have two conditions. We lose our place in queue, or we don't clear the queue by the time we're done with this design, which if we don't get kicked from queue, then we'll probably get through queue before we're able to finish this. I'm not sure what's going to happen. An MMO where you're the NPC, that's New World. That's what it feels like. You aren't the chosen one at all, as far as I can tell. Maybe you are, fuck's sake. Here we go. I like that this title screen music is not as aggressive as Shadowbringers was. Fuck, it's gonna kick me again. Sad times. We'll get through. Here we go. Yep. Chosen one light. A New World. Man, I want that game to be good so bad. I want it to be fun. I wanted to... Just the experience was so ruined by that dickhead and his stupid clan and trying to chase clout so he could get a bigger Twitch channel and ruining the experience for fucking everybody who was trying to organize and have fun together. Just what a fucking cocksucker. Like, who does that? Oh, we're in, by the way. Nice. Let's see if we have our queue. Ah, nice. 1,600. I didn't realize we were that low. Good deal. Anyway, that is what it is. People are going to be dicks. Okay, so I definitely think this is looking good. I probably would do something like a Miko shoulder like this. Out of his head. I don't know about that far out. You know, something like that would be good. I like the elbow right there. You can fudge the anatomy. It doesn't matter. It's sort of the impressionist style where really the only thing that matters is how you feel about it. cop-out as that is. I also think that this angle here is a little bit too strict. We can still get Toby in action if we curl this in and make it a bit, you know, because then we get this moment, which I think works very well if we get the Tobians up here. Which we definitely want to do rounded like this. And then, you know, the thigh. But here's the thing about drawing cats. The less you know about their anatomy, the better I feel you do in general. You know? Cats are not, they don't command your anatomical expertise. They don't. See, I almost feel like cat needs to be here. You know, it wouldn't be bad to give it a bit of a rounder bottom there, kind of squished up in the midsection. Could be up into the hand like this. You know, that's not bad. It's not bad. I definitely like having the cat tail pointing sort of up whenever it finishes its curve, which I'll definitely want to do a curve study on this and get the right curve. But I like even something like that I think is good. I don't know if we want to do like the actual fucking Fibonacci spiral. I feel like we should. Cats are liquid, anatomy is wiggly. That's right. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so here's the idea. We're going to pull this guy up. Really, I want it to have a super rounded tip of the paw there. That's all good. I think that works. Yeah, because then we just Tobean the hell out of this thing. Bam! Look at all that Tobean real estate. The less you know, the better. The better you execute. All right, so let's get rid of some of these extraneous lines here that we do not care about. Okay. So Merc 1600, not bad. Hands are ready to go. Those will take almost no effort to finish. We just got to get the rest of Coco doodled here. Honestly, I like the rest of Coco. I like that he's pulling his face up to be able to sort of see over the cat. I like that kind of angle that we have there. That swoosh looks like it's going to be really good for getting in there. It's going to be nice and cute. We just do a nice little angle there. Give him that lower bottom cheek there, you know? It's not straight down like this, which would be cute. It definitely looks like he's pulled his face up for this, which is good. And then we just draw it into the horn and off we go. So I honestly think we're ready to go with the, either we need to finish the cat face, which I think there are some edits I want to do here. I want to draw this eye a little bit more to the left. Having them closer will make it finish on the face better. Draw this to the left as well. The placement of the features on the head will be as important as the shape of the head. I think the shape of the head is fine now. Coco's face is fine. The ears are in a good position. The horn's in a good position. Maybe bring that guy up. Maybe a little bit further back too. Let's give him maybe longer horns. And then that goes into the ear, which honestly you could do fucking whatever you want. Coco will be cute no matter what. We definitely want it where it's going to pull a little bit away from the cat's head, though. That's the thing. The beautiful thing is once we get in and we actually start drawing this on the final layer, what's going to happen is we're able to adjust these lines. So this is, again, just a sketch. We're not really committed to anything here. Do I give him the third boy? That third little hook there makes him look like he has a lot of hair in his little tuft. Maybe just two. Do it look like it's squishing at the waist? Yeah, we could do it a little, we could give it a little puff there. You know, where it's something like this or where it goes out a little bit more. I definitely think that rounded shoulder is better. But we don't really see the contact point. Anywhere that it would pudge up would be right in this area, right in here. So it's hard to see that it's being squished apart from the fact that it does taper in here. And it really, we could make it look like it tapers in here more. But I don't think we need to. I think that there's a certain width that we need to maintain. And this foot just looks fucking weird. There we go. Give him noodle paws. There we go. I say her. I feel like Miko Cat Otis is a grill. Pretty sure. Nice toe beans, though, dude. Nice toe beans. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm happy with that. And then we get plenty of cat ass. That is kind of a thick ass cat right down there. There we go. I think that we get enough taper. I mean, this is the point where I would look at it and flip it. I do want to start erasing parts of the sketch that I don't want to see anymore because they will get in the way of our ability to perceive sort of what's going on here. There are parts of the sketch that we need to keep, though. But the stuff where we've moved away or we've already drawn over, we feel like the black sketch is successful. We want to keep that. We get rid of the blue sketch underneath because we just don't need it anymore. It served its function. We basically just redraw it a few times until we land on a set of proportions and executions on the line that feel really good. And then what we do is once we're happy with that, we go in and we trace over it. We go and trace over it. We just, every time we sketch it, we make little adjustments based on that. Really, the proper way to do this would be going in and flipping it horizontally every now and then just to see that for the most part we can get what we need out of it like this. And it's meant to be messy. We're going to do a clean line layer over it later, but for now, this looks like it's fine. This face line here did not pan out, though. I think it's a placement of the mouth on there. This maybe does need to come in a little bit. Let's take a look at that. See if that's more successful. Oh shit, wrong layer. I think either would work. It's too angular right now, but that's just because of the expression of this outer line here. Fuck. There's basically nothing left on this thing. There we go. 1300 in Q. I mean, we're not going to have enough time to finish this design, that's for sure. Thanks for being here, by the way, guys. I really am looking at stream right now as we are starting completely over. Because we are. Let's see. We're back down to basically where I started back in 2019. So we basically lost all progress that we had done in that first year run-up, which hurts. It sucks to have to redo all that again, but I can. It's just nice that you guys are here sticking around. The OG crew, because whatever numbers I have when I start this attempt at Final Fantasy is going to basically determine how long it takes me to get back off the ground again. So you guys are really fucking carrying the stream right now. Let me put it that way. There we go. I really think that shoulder is successful there. Is there an argument for bringing the shoulder up here like that and putting it even in front of the face? I don't think so, no. Let's put it behind the face. You know, we might even be more successful. We just get rid of that line entirely and we just, it's cat. It's just cat. That's an option. I think that the, having some of the line there is good, but I think otherwise just getting rid of that makes good sense to me. There we go, 1300 there. The plan is to make one more shot at partner, by the way. Those that hadn't heard. I didn't really announce it, not planning to, but I know that there's a lot of good marketing that goes into around that. People rally behind it, as we've seen. If I could just catch any break at all, you know, like one good random raid comes in, we get a decent spot in the directory one night, you know, that sort of thing. Do nice longer streams like we had done originally. I think that it's just inevitable that we'll grow. Time has shown that the community is very solid. People like hanging out with y'all. We just got to find our people. And they're here, I'm sure. What I'm really looking forward to with Final Fantasy is that I don't feel like I have to work so hard to carry the show like I do with RimWorld. But, you know, the game goes silent and it just, oh fuck. Nothing happens for 45 minutes of just sitting there and waiting. Just waiting for the game to process, you know, it's fucking exhausting. Yeah. It's just cat, points at Leander, yeah. Now I'm really excited about it too. I mean, all the data that I've been able to do, the research I have been able, I researched the RimWorld streaming directory for about 3 to 6 months or so. 3 months I was just sort of piddling around looking at kind of everything on Twitch. And then there was a specific time where I was looking at RimWorld for about 3 months, just dedicated, looking every day in and out, keeping data on the directory, saying, do I, with 4 viewers have an opportunity to break into this directory? And the answer is yes. I haven't had time to sit down and really make that assessment of the Final Fantasy directory, so it's kind of a leap of faith a little bit. But I know the content is so good, and now that we have YouTube up and running, I'm cleaning for no reason. Now that we have YouTube up and running, we have the ability to save this stuff, and I'm curious if there's anybody here in the community who originally found me through YouTube and has stuck around since, or that you found me on YouTube and you're still watching on YouTube. I know I got a lot of my RimWorld audience came from the Hot Potato, because they would watch the other streamers, and they would watch the other episodes of the Hot Potato on like 2 times speed, and then they'd get to my episode and have to slow it down. I remember that comment. That one stuck with me. That one absolutely stuck with me, because I think that in itself captures the issue that I have with a lot of the content creation that goes on with RimWorld, is that it invites inherent boring presentation, and boring presenters will succeed there because the game is inherently boring unless you make it fun. My whole goal is going in and trying to make it more fun than it really is, giving people something to get excited about. With Final Fantasy, though, I don't feel like I have to go out of my way to do that. I think what I'm bringing to the table is going to be different. It's going to help set me aside as when I'm new, you know? Always have to be able to answer the question of what am I doing differently? And I know I'm not the only new player. It's not like that's different, but I am, I think, the only new player who's coming in with my particular brand, my style, who is also streaming inclusively to the kind of communities that I do, that also has the literary analysis element. I think I'm going to capture a lot of those. I think I'm going to capture a lot of those audiences here. We've just got to find them. That's the hard part, you know? I don't think there's anybody here who would doubt the fact that if we just randomly had 10,000 viewers one day, we would keep most of them. You know, when I'm streaming normal content. I don't think anybody doubts that. I don't. You just can't get that opportunity. That's the problem. Yeah. Oh man, banana pudding sounds good. I've got to make some of that. YouTube should help. Yeah, I think so, especially because we're going to be dividing the, like the gameplay, the full stream VOD goes onto YouTube, right? So anybody who just can't be here can still follow along, play along with us. You know, they can't play along because they're not here with us when we're playing the game, but they can, as if they were here, be able to watch the VOD. But then we're also pulling out specifically the story narrative sections and putting those in its own playlist as a separate video that is just, hey, it's literary analysis time, which I think is going to catch on because it's going to be a reaction to the story. It's also going to be a breakdown of the story, and I think that people want to see that, especially for this game. Yeah. Oh my god, it's a wall of... Drew! You know I can't read! Why are you posting that? Wow. Oh, that sounds awful. You skipped to ARR? I don't know. I don't know how far I got. I feel like I remember I finished I feel like I finished A Realm Reborn. I don't remember how far I got. Yeah, I mean, I think this is ready for the clean line layer, and then we color it, and then we're good. I think I might. No, I kind of like his hoof going just a tiny bit lower than the cat. I think that's successful. To draw hoof, you just draw it and then you give him flip-flops. That's it. If I stopped at Garuda, yeah, I'm pretty sure I stopped at Garuda. Partially through ARR, not finished. Nice. And I didn't read basically anything, so I got no idea what's going on, which is good. Yeah, I think this is very successful. I think that all we've got to do is figure out where in the mix of this the bottom of Coco's head went. I think it's there. And then put that back in. And then I think from there it's good. This will all be blue. It's... What the fuck? We're not dealing with a lot of tangent lines. I'm trying to look for them right now. This is a big tangent line right here. That's an issue. So I might have his sleeve come down a bit further and then cut across like this. That way we get rid of that tangent line. That'll make things a little clearer. There's a potential tangent line with this contour right there with all this stuff. I feel like I want to take Coco's hand and have a knuckle that comes out. And then the rest of the hand goes around and grabs. That way we get rid of all this stuff. We just want to break up those tangents. The edge of one form looks like it kind of continues into the next. That's an issue, so we want to break those lines. That's why this paw, you want perpendicular interactions here. You see how that goes straight perpendicular right there. That's a good line right there. That's a good line right there. You want to create Y's, you want to create T's, you do not want to create X's. X's are bad. Even some Y's are not good, but like this is a good Y. This is a good pair of T's that we want. We don't want the ear going like this and then pulling out again, because this ends up being really messy if we do that. The same with this. We've got this. These are cutting through perpendicular, which right there is a small line that's so small that we might want to adjust this where the hair goes out a bit further to cut it off entirely. But even with this, it's a T right there. You want to look for those. It's a big part of composition. We let the chin come in a little bit more to create a T as opposed to just an angle. Even this goes into a Y, even in that moment. This is a Y as well. We're looking for those. We really don't want to find tangent lines. There's a potential that this is one where it looks like it loops into the paw. What we could do is probably have this go further down and just make sure that there's a proper little square moment right there. It just helps things stick out better from each other. You don't end up having anything that looks like it kind of bleeds into the other stuff. It may be better to get rid of cat ass. I know that sounds like blasphemy. But hear me out. It's going to be a black cat. I feel like we have sufficient cat. I feel like if we wanted to come in and like give it an angle, we could. I think an angle works better than that soft. Still softened, but you know, not fully rounded. I think that works a lot better. It's also why his tail doesn't come out right here, you know? His tail doesn't do this, because that would be awful with the bottom of his shirt. That's why it comes out completely over both of those edges and then goes into a T-junction on both edges where it connects. I love looking for tangents. This is one area where a tangent might be acceptable, but even then it might be better to have him do something like this. It just doesn't look very good. What we could do is have it come out of his elbow like that. You know, wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think that this is a situation where that tangent's going to hurt very much because it's also the same color and it doesn't really matter. It's all the same. It's the same contour effectively. We're under 1,000 now, which is not bad. Yeah. Pretty good. Don't look too much at it. You'll you'll end up kicking me out of queue, dude. Okay. I think this is good. I think the pairing of these two faces so close to each other, you know, they're so close to each other, but then they're just so opposite emotion. But like proportionally speaking, they're about the same except cat mouth and then very unamused, which I think that we're just going to do is a black cat. And then this is just going to be pure yellow, thick yellow eyes here. It'll help them stand out too, which is good. You know, and then we'll go in and decide, you know, how thick do the lines need to be, of course, able to adjust it. And then get in and just finish cleaning up everything is what we need to do. Coco mouth open? We could try it. We could try it. Doesn't hurt anything to try. You can't go wrong with Coco, dude. He's just... Gib knows. There we go. It's the best, Igor Coco, yeah. This honestly might even be a good mouth. That's a hell of a nose. Yoink, good. This could be good. You know, if we were doing this for an emote or a sticker, I think that we would have issues. I think that the mouth needs to be moved a little bit, or maybe this eye needs to be brought over. And mouth this open probably needs to be brought down a bit. I know it clipped the ear a little bit, but that's okay. We just want to bring it right in between. The only issue, oh no, see the whole face needs to be turned if we're going to do that. We really want the eye line to be more of this. It's downward. It's not evenly crossed like it is here, because his face is tilted. I don't think that needs to move. I think that this eye does. This eye is in such a good position for the rest of the contour. And then if we're able to rotate this a bit. I don't know, man. It almost feels like it needs to be bigger, too. We'll see. Will this be a vibrating sticker? God, it would be great. That'd be great, wouldn't it? There we go. 600 in Q, dude. It looks like we're going to be able to get in. We'll take a look at the cutscene, and that'll be good. Just cute as a line? I agree. Yeah, I think that just the face with the line was better. Without the teeth, honestly, was maybe more successful. Let's just see. You know, before the teeth, if we just give him Coco mouth. And we'll see. Let's just take a look at the line, because we can always do that mouth again. The cat got grumpier when we did the eyeliner. You like to know teeth? I'm with you, too. I'm with you. I like the, I feel like he almost needs a beaming smile, you know? You know, moving the mouth. It's not quite up there, you know, but moving the mouth to be in a slightly closer position is good. We really want that face to stick out right there. I think moving it is good. He's happy, because here's the thing. This is going to be full print. This isn't going to be something that's going to be scaled down, so we don't have to be as worried about the proximity of these lines here. It's not going to be that much of an issue. Like, we're not looking at that as a problem for scaling down, because it's going to be very good. Yeah. It could be good. Jesus. That's a fucking nose right there. There we go. 500 Q, not bad. We should probably go through the effort of cleaning up these lines here if we're going to do it. Yoink. Crescent the bottom of the eyes. Yeah, you know, we could do that where opposite of the cat entirely. Opposite the cat entirely. We give him a really excited set of eyes, which I think works. I think that works very well. I almost want to pull the mouth forward if we're going to do that, though. I'm terrified of flipping this thing horizontally, because then I'm going to see everything wrong with it. I'm going to hate my life. There we go. He's he looks hopeful. It looks like he did just ask you, can we keep it? And he's just hoping you say yes. That's what that looks like. That's exactly what that looks like. Yeah, this will be good. Right, let me go ahead and get the eyes that we want to use for the cat. And then fill the rest in. It's basically that. It's not going to be that dark, but yeah. We're going to have a nice dark gray cat. And then we'll add toe beans, of course. We need to get Coco's shirt in there, which is about, it's a little brighter than that. It's Coco's shirt. Oh yeah, we need to get the rest of cat in there. Can grab the ear hole too. 400 in Q, man, we're getting there. Let's grab the pink paw pad color. Good deal. Good deal. We also need this for the middle here. I don't know if I want to keep it that way. Maybe just the way that we execute that line will be how it works, and we just grab a generic gray for Coco himself, and then grab the same gray there to help the printers by using as many of the same colors as possible. Yeah, I mean, that ends up being mostly it. Look at that. It's pretty... Oh, I forgot his other leg. Fuck. I forgot the other leg there. Yeah, what a good boy. Yeah, it'll look, because once we have the lines in there, when I paint bucket this particular layer, it cuts off most of the lines there. But yeah, this is a sketchy version of what we're looking at. I might end up doing similar to the Miko Cat emote that we have now. Just, I don't know. Give me toe beans. Demand toe beans. There we go. I think that's important. Get them toe beans in there. Nah, the nose is anti-cute. It's anti-cute. Okay. No, I think that's very successful. I think we're there. I need to figure out exactly how the hands are going to look. And then clean up the lines, and then fill it. It will take 2 minutes for me to color this thing. Yeah, the problem with having his other foot in there is it looks like what needs to happen is his other leg needs to be right here, which of course is super tangent to the tail. It doesn't necessarily matter. It's just the one thing you want to avoid is a 3-way fork. You don't want to do things like this. This ends up being really messy. And this would end up being a 3-point fork there, unless I brought it straight out like that, and that's his ankle right there. You know what? That'll work. That right there is fine. Okay. Let me undo all the colorization. I don't really need to, honestly. Let's keep this because I can trace over it. There we go. No, Snake, I got kicked out like 4 times in a row and still got in. Don't give up. Not like the promo pic from this afternoon. I know, it's so many colors. You have so many light sources. Even it's a dark area with 2 main light sources, and I need to redo the colors, honestly. I mean, if you haven't seen the promo, here it is for Final Fantasy. Let me show you guys. Bam! Look at him. What a good boy. And that's fine. And then we get this background that's got the fire there is casting light, and then you've got this spell casting that's casting a purple light from another direction. I could have probably had... We could probably have a white light coming from the White Mage staff. I don't know, dude. I'm not fully happy with it, but I couldn't keep working on it. We'll have a version up today. Yeah, the Titty Mage, yes. So good. All right, I'm quite happy with this. The face... God, do I dare do a horizontal flip on this? Let's get his leg back in there. Hold on. Let's get his leg back in there. I think that it definitely needs to be right there is where we want to connect it. It comes down to like here. Yeah, that's good. That attaches fairly well. We just have to ignore everything else about it. Give him little flip-flops, and then we're good. Grab this guy. See this guy. Bump, bump, bump. Right there. Get you, get you. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Now he has 2 legs. God help us. He can run. Yeah, that'll work. It's not ideal with the tail. This is definitely a not great design choice by me. I could have the tail shift forward to the point that it comes out further ahead and still ends up there. I feel like I would have to tilt everything else, though, even more, and I don't want to do that. There we go. Oh, Snake, yeah. No, you got kicked out, this is for sure. I think this is pretty good. I think I'm happy with this. I almost feel like it'd be good to get some... It won't really... If you get like a black shirt, this wouldn't show up, but, you know, maybe... That tells a story. You might want to get ready, maybe. Yeah, I think that this is good. I can clean this up and then do a horizontal flip and then have my meltdown off stream. And then that'll work. What we could do instead is draw and then just have lines going between them like that. I think that would sell it even better, as opposed to his tail broadcasting a message to the rest of the universe. But we just have this, because even in print, you notice this isn't taken away from anything. It's not outside. It's not like this that has all this random space in between that isn't connected. This is all connected, which is important for the print. Now I think this is good, and we could definitely get away with that too. Oh no, I got DC'd at 200. Please, sir. Please, sir. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Dude, I want to play him a media game today. Let's do it. Here we go. Yeah, I think that this is a nice design. There are other ones I want to do, but man, I'm getting so comfortable drawing Coco. It just feels nice. You know, I almost want to pull his tail, his shirt up a bit. You know, where it just goes across like that. I don't want to reveal too much thigh, though. We don't want to do that. It makes it beg the question, where are his pants? Coco showing belly. Yeah, give him a crop top. give him a crop top. That's a look. Coco could do whatever he want, man. We have seen topless Coco though, a couple of them, back in the this one. No, what good boy is. I'm still so happy with how this one turned out. Good deal. All right, we're gonna get kicked out again. Listen, oh, Izzy, I'm listening. I'm always a fan of Coco showing belly, especially bikini. We do have bikini Coco. I have a couple. Hold on, let me see. Can I show this? It is bare Coco butt. I'll probably get banned. We need to put Coco sunbathing is that one I've got. I've got it bookmarked, dude. Yes, drew a Coco butt. He did. Coco butt is easy to draw, though. There we go. Oh, I need to actually insert the password. Sorry. I didn't even put it in. Fuck's sake. Okay. Sexual themes. Me? Never. Never, ever. All right, let's try again. Come on. Let me in, you bitch. Ah, come on. It's gonna kick me again. Please. Ugh. No dicks here, Mr. TOS. That's right, Emil. What do we tell the Twitch staff when they come for us? Not today. That's exactly right, Emil. Any dicks in here? Not today, Mr. Twitch staff. Yeah, the little bit that I've played, I got so used to just muting my PC when I logged in because it was so fucking forceful. It's not bad. It's a hell of an intro song. The Shadow Walker. I wanted to ask: is there a way to get my the actual title screen to show up? Is there a way to get this one to show up as a Realm Reborn's title screen? Because this is cool, but it's not where I am. I'd like to be able to say once we're past the Realm Reborn. Yes? Okay, how? How do? I need it. Well, hold on. Not now, but like later. Tell me later. Because I want to do it where whatever we're on is the one that we go through. Because I looked at the movies and titles, but whenever I selected it, it just played the intro. The starter thing just says sexual. I know. This is like the 4th time I'm getting kicked out. There's a chance that we lose our place at like 250. I'll be so sad. You skip the intro, it'll set it to ARR. Oh, okay. Yeah, it went back because I thought I had set it, and then it went back to this when I relogged again. Oh, it relogs every time you go into the game, though. Okay. Well, it's just something extra I'll have to do. That's unfortunate you can't choose, you know? Just say, hey, set my intro to this one. Even RimWorld got that shit right. Like, come on. Yeah, I think, man, Coco's posture just worked out here. I think it worked out really well. The way you know the leg is right when he's standing upright, the way you know it's right is that the line of the front of his lower leg lines up pretty well with the thigh of his thigh, the back of his thigh. Not exactly, of course, you know, because this goes off like here, but you can see how they're almost lined up, and I think that that works very well. There we go. There we go. Sexual themes. Come on, Squeenix, I want to play your game.